This enchanting tale is brought to you by the No, one best-selling author of children's books, one and only Michael Morpurgo. Settle in, get comfy, turn off the lights if you want, and let the magic begin. Once upon a time, in a faraway land nestled between rolling hills and sparkling waters, there lived a young boy named Gabriel. Now, Gabriel wasn't your typical boy. Oh no. While other children his age were out playing tag or riding their bikes, Gabriel preferred exploring the whispering woods behind his house. He'd sit for hours beneath the shade of ancient trees, listening to the secrets they shared with the wind. He befriended a squirrel named Chestnut and a wise old owl called Celeste, who often joined him on his woodland adventures. One crisp autumn afternoon, as Gabriel was strolling through the woods, he came across a peculiar sight. It was an old, gnarled tree with roots that seemed to reach out like welcoming arms. And at its base, half hidden in the fallen leaves, was a small wooden box. Curiosity sparked within him, and he carefully lifted the box. It was ornately carved with images of dancing fairies and mischievous goblins. As he held it, the box suddenly glowed, and before Gabriel could react, he was whisked away in a swirl of golden light. When the dizziness subsided, he found himself in a place unlike any he'd ever seen. Lush green meadows stretched as far as the eye could see, dotted with flowers that shimmered in 1,000 different colors. A crystal-clear river meandered through the landscape, and in the distance, Gabriel could hear the enchanting melody of singing birds. It was a place where dreams seemed to take flight and magic whispered in the breeze. A little shaky, but filled with wonder, Gabriel began to explore this magical realm. As he walked, he noticed tiny houses peeking from behind the tall grasses, each more whimsical than the last. Some were made of spun sugar and licorice, while others were crafted from pebbles and flower petals. Suddenly a giggle broke the silence, and Gabriel turned to see a tiny creature with gossamer wings fluttering around him. "Welcome to the land of dreams," she said, her voice like the tinkling of bells. "I am a dream sprite, and this is a place where all dreams come true." Gabriel, still in awe of the sudden change of scenery, managed to stammer out, "But how did I get here?" The dream sprite, sensing his confusion, explained, "This is a place between places, a realm where imagination runs wild. And you, young traveler, are the chosen dreamer." Gabriel frowned, puzzled by the title. Before the dream sprite could elaborate, a booming voice echoed through the land. "Attention, dreamers, it is time for the great dream gathering." All around, the dream sprites fluttered excitedly, and Gabriel, intrigued, decided to follow them. As he journeyed deeper into the heart of the dreamland, the landscape shifted and changed. One moment he'd be walking through a field of sunflowers taller than he was, and the next he'd find himself in a forest with trees that shimmered silver in the twilight. The air buzzed with anticipation as dreamers and dream sprites alike gathered in a wide-open space bathed in the soft glow of moonbeams. In the center stood a magnificent oak tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens like eager arms. And at its base lay a shimmering pool reflecting the starlight above. The leader of the dream sprites, whose wings shone with an ethereal light, addressed the gathering. "Welcome, dreamers. We are here tonight to select the Dreamweaver for the upcoming Dream Festival." Gabriel, still feeling like a bit of an outsider, whispered to the sprite who had first led him to the gathering. "But what does the Dreamweaver do?" The sprite leaned closer, her voice a conspiratorial whisper. "The Dreamweaver's task is to weave the dreams of all the sleeping world into the fabric of the night. Their dreams become the very essence of the Dream Festival, a celebration of imagination and the boundless wonders that lie within our minds." As the full weight of the responsibility sank in, Gabriel felt a surge of apprehension mixed with excitement. He realized that this adventure was far from the whimsical daydream he'd initially thought it to be. There were important matters at stake, the dreams of countless people resting peacefully in their beds, hopes, fears, and fantasies all hinging on his actions. Determined to rise to the occasion, Gabriel took a deep breath, squared his shoulders, and stepped forward. The other dreamers parted before him, their faces a mixture of curiosity and anticipation. Reaching the base of the oak tree, he looked up at its gnarled branches swaying gently in the night breeze. Closing his eyes, he thought of the sleeping world, of the dreams that floated on the night air like dandelion seeds. With newfound purpose, he placed his hands on the shimmering pool, feeling its cool water soothe his palms, and then he began to weave. At first, it was a jumble of images, random thoughts, and fleeting emotions. But as he continued, a pattern began to emerge. He wove in the laughter of children playing, the quiet joy of a mother watching over her sleeping babe, the thrill of a knight facing a fearsome dragon. With every passing moment, the tapestry grew richer, more intricate, encompassing the full spectrum of human emotions. As the final threads of the dream took shape, the other dreamers leaned in, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the pool. When he was finished, a hush fell over the gathering. Then, as if on cue, the trees around them burst into applause. The dream sprites cheered, their voices echoing through the silent night. And Gabriel, exhausted but exhilarated, stepped back to admire his work. The tapestry shimmered before him, a testament to the power and beauty of dreams. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, hope and wonder could always be found. The leader of the dream sprites, her wings catching the moonlight, approached Gabriel. "You have done well, young dreamer," she said, her voice filled with admiration. "Your dreams have touched the hearts of dreamers and awakened the sleeping world to the magic of imagination." Tears welled up in Gabriel's eyes as the realization of what he had accomplished washed over him. He had not only woven together the dreams of the sleeping world, but had also become an integral part of the land of dreams. It was a profound understanding that filled him with humility and gratitude. Suddenly, the familiar sound of roosters crowing echoed in the distance, followed by the gentle murmur of awakening voices. Gabriel knew it was time to return home. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to the dream sprites and the magical realm that had become a part of him. As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Gabriel found himself back in the whispering woods. The old gnarled tree stood before him, its roots still reaching out as if in greeting. And at its base lay the small wooden box, now dull and lifeless.
Ice.
With a gentle touch, Gabriel picked it up, its smooth surface offering a tangible reminder of his extraordinary adventure. As he made his way back home, the events of the previous night felt like a vivid dream, a fantastical journey that existed somewhere between imagination and reality. Yet the memory of the adventure and the profound sense of purpose it had instilled within him remained crystal clear. Upon reaching his house, Gabriel shared his tale with his parents, who listened with a mixture of disbelief and wonder. Though they couldn't fully comprehend the fantastical elements of his story, they embraced his joy and celebrated the sense of adventure that had touched their son's life. From that day forward, Gabriel's perspective on the world was forever changed. He carried within him the magic of the land of dreams, using it to inspire his creativity and imagination. And whenever the world seemed a bit too ordinary, he'd close his eyes, recalling the shimmering pools and dancing dream sprites, reminding himself that the most extraordinary adventures are often found where imagination and reality intertwine. And so the tale of Gabriel's magical journey to the land of dreams became a cherished part of his family, slowly passed down through generations, inspiring a love of adventure and the boundless possibilities that lie within the realm of imagination. And with that, our enchanting evening draws to a close. Thank you for joining us on this